Hi, I'm Michael Jimenez, and I'm a senior product marketing manager here at Kemp. And today I'm excited because I'm joined today with Kurt Young, who is a senior product strategy manager at Kemp, working on a lot of great stuff. How are you doing today, Kurt?
Real good, Mike. How you doing?
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so today the focus of our discussion is a hot topic right now, and it's been a hot topic in the industry. It's only going to continue. It's around security and more specifically zero trust. So let's start this 5 and 5 with what is zero trust and why are organizations moving to this model?
Yeah, so I always tend to reflect back in the time, right, when securing the perimeter of a network, really seemed to be enough, right? Since all those bad actors were outside of the environment, right? It's that old uh, castle and moat analogy, right? If we could stop them before they entered, right, we can all sleep well at night, right? If users were connected to machines within the corporate network, right, it was more of a trust but verify, but trust was kind of the accepted, right? It was accepted. You fast forward to today when the threats that we face, um, not only climbing in just pure volume, but the sophistication of these threats are becoming more and more difficult for us to protect our corporate assets. These bad actors have now gotten through the perimeter security, so we need to pull that security model inside the network and secure these systems and assets independently. And that's where this zero trust security model is really applied, where you trust no one, right? Assume a
Mhm.
network breach is imminent, and build security posture based on this new reality we have.
Excellent. That's a great, great breakdown. So I guess if I'm somebody watching this presentation or this 5 and 5, and they're in working for an organization that's looking to adopt zero trust, what does this architecture really look like for them?
Yeah, well, it's not a one size fits all, right? As we know, each and every organization is unique, right? Whether organizations have adopted, public cloud, containerization, edge computing, and
Mhm.
or all the above, right? There's not one product that could be dropped in or deployed in the cloud that can enable zero trust. So we're talking about layers of security, some of which are components that are existing in the environment today, and then you add some additional solutions available that make up this zero trust strategy for organizations. So there are, again, a lot of moving pieces, but just to highlight a few building blocks that we're talking about here is the first thing is an IDP, right? An identity provider, right? You need to identify, with strong authentication, right? Using multi-factor authentication, for example, to ensure that access is expected from that user, right? Or device, and once permitted, that only the least privileged access uh, principle is applied, right? So if you're thinking about on the network side, right, network segmentation is another big piece of it, right? Trying to get as granular as you can to prevent this ability of lateral movement within a network should a system get compromised. Um, you need to add a policy engine, right, which will enforce this granular security for the applications and services within the environment. And visibility, right, is a major component of the architecture to know, when these suspicious attempts take place and have the ability to respond, prior to a threat having major impact on the business. Right? These are just some examples, which
Mhm.
we're really just scratching the surface.
Got it. Yeah, thanks for that overview. I guess next question would be, Kemp, of course, has released a zero trust solution. So how does this all fit into this security model?
I mean, here at Kemp, we're all about application delivery, right? Security, availability, optimization, right? With our load balancers or application delivery controllers, we're placed between the requester, right? That could be a user or even an application or service, and the
Mhm.
workload we're publishing itself, right? So we're in this unique privileged position to apply and enforce these zero trust principles, right? We have some built-in features such as pre-authentication with our edge security pack, we have web application firewall, and our layer 7 visibility, right, to see details of what's actually happening within these requests. We can deliver this zero trust access gateway functionality, right? And
Mhm.
the zero trust access gateway, what it is, it's comprised of some configurable policies that are applied to the application delivery controller using automation, right, to help secure these published applications for different use cases.
Got it. So can you describe the different use cases where customers can apply a zero trust access gateway security in their specific environments?
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of to quickly summarize, right? We're not getting too much in the weeds since we only have 5 minutes. As I mentioned before, around our ability to do pre-authentication using our Edge Security Pack or ESP, clients must meet authentication requirements by providing their credentials, and hopefully organizations are going to require multi-factor authentication.
Mhm.
And based on where those connections are coming from, right, the source IP address of the clients, have it be some known network, right, may get access to a certain portion of an application while connecting even successfully from like an unknown network may not have the same access to that published workload, just based on where they're accessing the application from. So this is that least privileged access approach, which really should be considered with every application that's published in the environment. Another use case, right, we're hearing more from customers is around our publishing of object storage, right? And this is an area it's exploding, right? More and more organizations are adopting object storage solutions, and obviously we're going to have the need to secure them, right? So many customers, they design their networks based on these security levels or security zones where they may have business critical applications that require some isolation from the other services. And with shared storage solutions, right, there needs to be this need to prevent applications that run in some of those less secure zones, the ability to write content that might have some malicious code or something like that,
Mhm.
and where those highly secure applications may have the ability to access these objects and in turn compromise the systems. So once again, it's that granular security being applied, looking at who is accessing the storage, right? In this case, we're talking about object storage, so we're mostly talking about applications. What that application is attempting to do is looking to read, write, delete objects, and finally, where's that traffic originating from, right? Again, based on that. So it's all of these policies being applied. You really need to kind of match all three. So it's that kind of use case that we're seeing more and more of.
Makes total sense, Kurt. That's a great overview. And again, putting myself in the customer shoes here, how would I, as a customer, get started with applying zero trust principles that you described to secure applications, my line of business applications that I have in my environment?
Yeah, the first step, right? It may sound obvious, right? But you really need to take an inventory of all the assets in the environment and know how daunting and what an effort that could be.
Mhm.
But it's absolutely necessary, right? And then start rolling out these zero trust principles to these systems and applications throughout the network. And it's not a need to flip a switch overnight, right? But if you start structuring your environment in a way that will give you the ability to begin to apply these methods, that's really the path you want to be taking. And if you don't have that necessary visibility, as we were talking about before, I highly recommend you start looking at solutions that can proactively identify the suspicious user or system behavior. And of course, download the Zero Trust Access Gateway package from Kemp. If you're already not a Kemp customer, you can also download a trial
Mhm.
and begin to apply some of these principles to these published applications.
Excellent. And that's all available on our website, correct?
Yeah, it's all available today on the website. Yep.
Excellent. That's wonderful. And I just want to say, Kurt, thank you for all of this great information. Clearly, there's a lot of exciting capabilities around zero trust for companies to take advantage of today. So with that, I'm going to say that's it for now. And thanks so much for taking the time to tune in this 5 and 5. We'll see you next
Yeah.
time.
Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.